What is good, my dudes? It is me, the true Star Wars nerd. I am back.
What?
I have not posted since we got news of the new Star Wars The Clone Wars TV show, which I did a breakdown of, which will be in the right-hand corner. I'll leave it as a card, so check that out. I'm going to start posting better quality videos. I now have a better mic, and I'll also try to post twice a week. It might only be once a week. I am really busy, but I will try. Now, today you're going to get some information that is literally not going to help you at all in life. So if you're one of those people that wants to learn real life information about things that are real in this world, get out of here. Because today we're going to be learning about light freighters. Now, if you don't know what a light freighter is, it's what the Millennium Falcon is. It's a small ship. It's bigger than a starfighter, can hold several people. Well, a lot more than several people. But it can haul some cargo. Not very much, so that's why it's called a light freighter. But light freighters can be used for different things. If it's hauling cargo, combat, bounty hunting, we're going to look at several categories and see what light freighter is best for each category. And then I'm going to give, in my opinion, I'm going to give, in my opinion, what light freighter is best overall. But first, let's play that intro. Okay, now let's get into our first scenario or situation. You're an honest man and you're looking to make an honest living hauling cargo, but you need a ship. You are going to want to start out with something small, something like a light freighter. They're small, fast, they can usually hold up against pirates. A bigger ship, like a heavy freighter like the one Han Solo uses in The Force Awakens, the heavy, slow, have a weak armament, and are very easily captured by pirates. So you know what kind of ship to get, but now what ship to get. I looked at a lot of different choices. There was a lot of different choices, but the one I think is best to suit this specific role is the VCX 100 light freighter and the XS stock light freighter. The VCX is a well-known freighter, even if you don't know it by its model number. The Ghost used by the Rebels and Star Wars Rebels is a VCX light freighter. At a length of 43.9 meters or 144 feet, it is longer than the Millennium Falcon, which only stands at a length of 34.75 meters or 114 feet. The reason I picked this ship is because it has a good cargo capacity. We don't have official numbers, but the whole bottom deck was dedicated to cargo space. Plus, you could transport crates on the belly of the VCX, allowing for quicker transportation if you're only moving cargo around a spaceport. Another reason is its speed and armament, important for fighting off pirates. It has a max speed of 125 kilometers an hour or 637 miles per hour. It was barely slower than the Millennium Falcon, and it had an impressive armament. It had one nose turret and a 360-degree ball turret. It could also fire weapons backwards using a VCX starfighter, a small little starfighter that had forward-facing laser cannons. And it could also be used as a shuttle. The VCX light freighter is a good ship, but not for every scenario. The XS stock light freighter is bigger and has more living quarters than the VCX, meaning a bigger crew. We don't know how much cargo the XS light freighter could carry, but it was noted to have an oversized cargo hold. And before we get any farther, the XS stock light freighter was 88 meters or 289 feet long. It was nearly 3 times as long as the Millennium Falcon. And the fact that it has an oversized cargo bay, I'm pretty sure it can carry a lot more cargo. It also had a great armament with two giant HFG-67 dual laser cannons and a proton torpedo battery. The ship, with the landing gear down, stood higher than an AT-AT, and most of the ship only had one deck, meaning you could expect very tall interiors, but the cargo hold did open up to take advantage of a second story of storage. Even though we don't have official numbers, the ship is very fast and maneuverable despite its bigger size. Well, its much bigger size. Again, we don't have official stats, but by the looks of it, I'm guessing it has the same top speed of the Millennium Falcon and the X-Wing, which would be 1,050 kilometers an hour or 652 miles an hour, or just somewhere in there. Okay, moving on to our next scenario. You don't think hauling cargo pays good enough, so you want to smuggle spice and other illegal things. You are going to need a ship that is fast, sturdy, and has a good armament. What ship to use? Okay, in my opinion, the best ship to suit this role is the YT-1300 light freighter. The YT-1300 in our universe is the most well-known freighter, even if you don't know it by its model number. The Millennium Falcon was a YT-1300 freighter, a heavily modified one though. And in Star Wars, the YT-1300 freighter was the most common freighter in the Galactic Civil War era, which is why smugglers loved the ship. It was so common, it wouldn't draw any attention. And if you got caught and somehow managed to escape the authorities or the Empire, and they put an alert out for YT-1300 freighter, some of the bigger ports, they might have to stop hundreds of ships. The ship can also be modified, like the Millennium Falcon, which upgraded its turrets to quad turrets, both of them, top and bottom, and also got a 0.5 hyperdrive. Now, there was a ton of other modifications, but those were the most notable. Okay, now I'm going to admit this ship isn't going to appear on a list very much. It does have a very small cargo capacity in the ship itself, but it can push around a huge cargo pod in between the prongs in the front, which is why the cockpit is off to the side. But these cargo pods are huge, bigger than the ship itself, and they would come in handy when transporting cargo around a shipyard, but I don't think you will be able to enter hyperspace with this cargo pod. I don't know. What do you think? Comment down below. Okay, going on to our next scenario. Our next scenario is transportation. Okay, every now and then you are going to smuggle some spice, haul some cargo, but for the most part, people hire you to take them from point A to point B. Similar to how Obi-Wan hired Han Solo to take him to Alderaan. Okay, so you are going to need a ship that is fast, can easily transport people, but also has a decent cargo capacity for two reasons. One, sometimes you will have to haul cargo because you can't get enough customers, or because it pays a little better. And if you're hauling cargo because it pays better, then your cargo is probably illegal. So you're also going to need a good armament. So I looked at a lot of different ships, and it was really obvious. I picked the Dynamic Class Light Freighter. The most famous Dynamic Class Light Freighter is the Ebon Hawk. So if you know the Ebon Hawk from the Knights of the Old Republic video game, it's the same thing. The only difference is the Ebon Hawk was upgraded to go several hundred miles per hour faster. Yeah, no biggie, whatever, anyone could do that. The Dynamic Class is 24 meters, about 11 meters shorter than the Millennium Falcon, or the YT-1300 freighter, that stands at a length of 34.75 meters or 114 feet. The standard Dynamic Class freighter only had a top speed of 800 kilometers an hour or 489 miles per hour, which is slow. But the designers chose the name Dynamic for a reason. The ship is designed to be fully customizable. Just look at the Ebon Hawk. After its upgrades, it could reach a top speed of 1,100 kilometers an hour or 684 miles per hour, which is about 20 miles per hour faster than the Millennium Falcon, which isn't much faster, but it is faster. Well, its sublight speed is. In light speed, your standard dynamic class light freighter only has a class 3 hyperdrive. That can't compare to the Millennium Falcons, but the Ebon Hawk had an upgraded hyperdrive to a class 1. The dynamic freighter was also had an impressive armament of 2 dual turbo lasers and 2 quad laser cannons. But once again, you can upgrade it. The Ebon Hawk was upgraded to also have a concussion missile launcher and an anti-personnel repeating blaster. This did cut down on its total cargo capacity from 60 tons to 40 tons, which is still a lot of cargo. And the two prong areas on the ship is sleeping arrangements, 3 beds in each prong, allowing for a total of 6 passengers. But you could still fit 6 beds in each prong pretty comfortably, allowing for a total of 12 passengers. Our next scenario/situation is bounty hunting. Okay, say you want to be a bounty hunter and you're just starting, but you are gonna need a ship. It is going to have decent firepower, a cage holding prisoners, and is going to have to be fast. For this category, I have picked the Lancer class pursuit craft. Don't be fooled by its name. It is a light freighter. A light freighter with a top speed of 1,050 kilometers an hour or 652 miles per hour, which is the same top speed as the YT-1300 or the Millennium Falcon. It had an overall length of 18 meters or 59 feet, about 17 meters shorter than a YT-1300. So there we have a small profile and it's fast. The ship cargo hold could be used as a prison cell. I know this because in Star Wars it has been used like that before. So, where were we? Small profile, speed, oh yeah, firepower. The armament on the ship is pretty impressive considering its stock. It had a triple light laser cannon turret, 2 fixed medium laser cannons, and 2 light pivoting laser cannons. Now, you guys may say the Dynamic class freighter had more firepower, but the ship was really slow, which is why I picked this ship. It's fast, small profile, and has a good amount of weapons. If you want more firepower, earn some money off some bounties and upgrade it. Our next situation thing is war. If you're in the Republic, New Republic, Resistance, Rebellion, it doesn't matter. You're going to need a small ship, something the size of a light freighter that's fast and has good firepower and is also strong and sturdy. Whatever the reason, if it's dropping off supplies or punching holes through blockades, so on and so on. I have 2 choices. Both choices have appeared on this list already. The XS stock light freighter, the Dynamic class light freighter. I'm not going to list the stats of these ships because I already have, but I will explain why I picked these ships. First, let's go over the XS stock light freighter. It's fast and has a lot of firepower, but it's also big. Look at that oversized cargo hold. Trying to punch a hole in a blockade. I wonder how many missiles you could put in that. A lot. And it already has a proton torpedo battery, so all you have to do is put some proton torpedo racks in there and you're good to go. And if you're trying to get troops to the ground, just stick with the original proton torpedo battery and fill the thing up with troops. Like I said, it's fast. It has a lot of firepower, and with the right pilot, won't have much trouble getting through that blockade. Okay, now for the Dynamic Class Light Freighter. Throw on the upgrades that were done to the Ebon Hawk, and you have a fast, extremely powerful ship that can still carry supplies and slip right through a blockade. Could also probably punch a hole through a blockade for that matter. The advantage it has over the XS stock light freighter is its size. It's much smaller and it's going to be hard to hit. And it's fully customizable, so you can customize and upgrade it for different missions. Before I move on and pick the one that I think is best overall, I would like to remind you to like and subscribe. I don't know if you guys noticed, I have a really small channel. By the time this video will be posted, I would have had 20 subscribers. I have a goal to try to get 100 by the end of the year, and I'm trying. So please, if you like the video, like and subscribe to help the channel out. Okay, now, before I say the ship that I have picked, I have a poll in the upper right-hand corner. You can vote on which one it is. You can also comment down below, and the one that gets the comment right and has the most likes will get a shout out from me. Now let's move on. Drum roll. I do not have the sound effects, so you're gonna have to make the sound for me. If you picked the YT-1300, the same ship as the Millennium Falcon, you were wrong. I'm sorry, guys. I just couldn't pick it. For the overall category, I have picked the Dynamic Class Light Freighter. Look at it. I mean, sure, it's slow when you first buy it, but you can upgrade it. And stock, it comes with a lot of firepower. I don't know any freighter that comes with more firepower stock than the Dynamic Class. Plus, I don't think it'll be too difficult to add more firepower, like concussion missile launcher, like on the Ebon Hawk. You could haul cargo with it, transport people. You could also use it as a bounty hunter and use the cargo hold as a prison cell. Or if you upgrade it like the Ebon Hawk, throw in some supplies, punch a hole in that enemy blockade, delivering supplies to your ground forces. Well, guys, that's all I have for you today. If you liked and enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. This took a lot of work to get this video together. Again, I'm gonna try posting more often. So if you turn notifications on, you should start getting notifications like twice a week, maybe only once a week. So hope I will start posting those. So again, if you liked it, like, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you in the next video. Until then, may the force be with you. Always. Da 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 da.